We do on this show. We believe in miracles. The Ed Tyll Show.com radio network, AM/FM stations all across America. All right, if you don't know what your side hustle is, you're about to find out. I think you know what a cash cow is for sure. Hi, KK Hart. Welcome to the Ed Tyll Show.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. You know, I meant to ask you, what's your background that you learned all of this so young?
Oh, it's great that you asked that. I'm a business coach. I've been a 6-time small business owner since the age of 25. I'm worth a couple of million, and the reason I believe that I did this was the 3 things that I would love to talk about today.
What did you make those millions on? Name the company so people can look them up and Google them. They want to find out.
Yes,
Go
absolutely.
ahead. Yeah.
So I am what you're called a fit-preneur. I own 4 fitness studios. They're boutique fitness facilities. I own and operate a boutique marketing agency. I work with health and wellness providers.
Wow.
And then I also created a lifestyle product. So I'm a big believer in the side hustle because that's what it started as for me. Each one of these was a different side hustle.
Now, currently, side hustle in particular means what?
Side hustle is your job that you do that's not your main source of income. So the reason I think it's considered a hustle is because it's not your main source of income. A lot of times your big job or your current career may not be aware of this business that you're starting on the side.
All right. So, first of all, what's a good side hustle to have these days? My take on this is I see commercials all the time on TV. Drive an Uber. Drive an Uber. You should be an Uber driver on the side. What kind of side hustles do you like for people or think are good for people?
You know, I'm really glad you asked this. I'm often asked that very question a million different ways, which is, what's the best side hustle for me? And is it too late for me? You know, I'm a single parent or I'm out of the prime of my career. And my answer may shock you, Ed. I don't believe there is one or 2 great side hustles. I believe the best business, whether it's a side hustle or a full-blown career,
right,
that someone can do has got to be what they're passionate about.
So name 1 or 2 that really impressed you.
I'm privy to the fitness industry. Many times you find that these boutique fitness facilities that have come up, the CrossFits and the dance studios, they're owned by someone that has created it from a side hustle, and they're a great source of passive income because they don't mess with your daytime work.
Got it.
Really fastly growing, Ed, is this social network of selling, meaning they're selling Roden and Fields. It's the old school Amway come back in a different way. They're selling beauty products and all kinds of things for your health and your wellness. Supplements. That's very popular and trendy right now.
I got it. And I think I understand what you mean here, too, right? That side hustle is going to be more fun, we hope, than your day job, right? It's a way to make this a match for you and your personality. Talk about why that's important.
Well, the reason doing what you love is important is because we spend so many hours of our day miserable in a career. And so if we can shift some of that energy, do what we love, we know that we will create something that's going to be profitable for us. In fact, many of the best businesses started out of a passion of the person that created it.
Right.
So the key is when you're doing what you love with your side hustle, you can kind of get through a tough day at that crummy work, that 9 to 5 that you're hating. So many times I'm asked how I was able to do this at a young age, as you asked me. And the key here is finding your fit. Finding what you love to do and doing it to the best of your ability. So many times I've met people that are like, oh my God, I hate my job. I need to get out of it. Oh, F it. I'll just do something else. And so I started with that idea of like the concept of F this, F that. And it caught on pretty easily, especially with certain demographics of people that were already understanding where I was coming from. So I used my life experience and some case studies throughout the way of other people's life experience to prove the point, Ed, that you don't have to be special. You don't have to be from money. You don't have to be a celebrity to create a life that you love, whether that's your side hustle or a full-blown career.
What can we avoid?
So here's my favorite thing to avoid: paying your dues. Whether you've been in a job for a year or 10 years, so many times I've heard that they've got to stick it out a little longer, fight to make that promotion. So I say, screw that. That's the basics. You don't need to sit around waiting for a promotion that you may likely never get. Go create what you love. That's the life hack. Do it as your side hustle, and that way you'll have your fit together and your money too.
Nice. Now, again, here's another term you can help us with. A life hack.
It's a shortcut. So a life hack is something that you can do a lot easier, faster, and more efficiently. So just like the example I just gave you, instead of sitting around for 10 years,
Right.
working like a dog until 8 o'clock at night when you're supposed to be gone at 5, screw that. Let's go create what we love and hack our way to success the unconventional way.
Now, I know some people listening are going to go, but what if you're no good at stuff? Right? Everything we're saying presumes that they're any good at anything, and especially the one where you said, we don't need experience. Let's cut to the front of the line here and do what we're doing. So you do want people to be good at something before they start all this, right? It can't just be what you like. You have to be good at it, right?
Absolutely, and that's actually the second F of effort. It's function. You need to find what you're good at. And to be honest with you, Ed, I'm unapologetic about this. I really believe that, yes, it is important to do what you love, but it is equally as important to do what you love and find a way to make money at it, meaning that you'd be good at it, that there's a function to what you do. So oftentimes, if someone feels like they're not good at what they're currently doing, they need to find what they're good at and work backwards. Start with where you're strong, where you're in your prime, whether it was when you were 18 years old, whether it's when you're 30 years old, and find the need for a business based on that.
Excellent. Now, flexibility you list as an important thing. There's two schools on this, right? Some people are like very focused and they're graphic artists or whatever, and it's just tunnel vision. I think of the movie Social Network, where the guy walks in and he goes, oh, don't bother him right now. He's wired in. He's coding, and that kind of intensity, I guess is good, right? I mean, intensity is good, but flexibility is more important. Why?
Intensity is important, and I believe that you can be intense and intentional about being open to pivoting with life changes. And the reason that this is important, particularly given the world we live in today, where you'll be finding the average time that someone spends in a job is 3 to 4 years. So, Ed, no longer are the days of our parents and our grandparents of spending 30 years in one job working our way up. So flexibility is key for this reason. We must be willing to reinvent ourselves, to pivot from directions that we're going in that may not be as equitable or profitable. I think the true mark of success is when someone is stuck or struggling in a situation and they take that initiative to change and grow, and despite any setbacks, they fight to success. That is our best personal success story, and I believe that anyone can do that.
When you say get your fit together, what do you mean? Not just going to the gym, right?
That's correct. I believe that finding your fit is important both in and out of the gym. The reason I talk about finding your fit is that many times I hear exactly what we just talked about. Well, I'm not good at this. Well, then you should not do it. Well, I don't really like that. Well, you should not do that either. So I believe that life is about finding your fit, meaning where you fit in, not just fitness from a physical perspective. That's where using those 3 F's, the fun, the function, the flexible, it all molds in together. If you do what you love and you find a need that you create, and you're flexible enough to know that the path may not be perfect, you will find success. I really believe the key is being bold with your actions, being prepared for some sacrifice, and being strategic with your decision making.
Awesome.
I was so busy running my side hustles, I did not have the time, but I got sick of getting calls and emails and text messages from people who would meet me and say, I was so inspired by your story. Now what? What do I do with it? I have your inspiration and your story, but I don't have my own. So I thought, I'm going to save myself some time. I'm going to write out everything that I did, and I created a blueprint for my success. Because I truly believe, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I am not special, I'm not different, I'm not better than anyone else. And that's why these 3 F's are so influential. You don't need a leg up. You need to give yourself that next step. And that's what those 3 F's, fun, function, and flexible do.
Absolutely. Go to kkhart.com right now. What's next for you? What do you have next planned? If I know folks like you, even though we're talking about the front of the mind, something's always going on back there. What are you looking forward to as your next accomplishment?
As you know me too well, so I've spent a lot of my time helping other people grow their businesses as a marketing analyst and as a business coach. My next step is to help mentor folks who are in the position that we talked about today, who are just not quite sure what that next step is, but they know they need to take it. They're driving home on the way to work right now, and they're dreading returning back. They're sitting at a desk and thinking, I cannot do this for another day. and turn it into a mentorship program that will be both live as a seminar and also ongoing as consultations and coaching with me, no matter where you are in the world, in the globe, so that I can keep inspiring people to get out there and get their fit together.
Awesome. KK, you are a dynamo. The control room has stopped doing all of their work. They're riveted in here on what you're saying. You're very compelling as a speaker. Oh, man, you know, there's so many great things about you. You're going to have to come back on the show. We love talking to you. You're so good to fire people up, and I want them to get on your website and get to know more about you. You're a very compelling personality. Also, I see that you appear on Good Day Orlando. How lucky are they to have you as their guest? I'm going to make a phone call over there and say to all my old friends at Channel 6, hey, KK is it. You need your own show over there. Would you even have time? You may not have time.
I would make the time, my friend. That's my goal. I want to help inspire people. I don't believe it's ever too late to create what you want to do. So as busy as I am, I will carve out the 30 minutes to make my message known. Because,
you must.
Again, I am one of millions of awesome people.
You are an American treasure. When people see you, they're seeing the best of what this country can do. You're an amazing entrepreneur. You have an incredible charisma. Thank you for making a visit with us today. I hope you'll come back on the show many, many times.
Ed, you invite me, and I'll be here. It was my pleasure.
I cannot wait. KK, we look forward to your next visit. Today was awesome. Thank you so, so much.
Till next time.
You got it. All right. Oh, and you know what? You could probably tell from the radio what a contagious smile KK has. And the minute she was in my presence, I could feel everything light up. And then I realized what it was. Brilliant smile. Fire in her eyes. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something. You can learn a lot from our guest, KK Hart. Go to kkhart.com. It's the Ed Till Show on Starcom Radio Network. AM/FM stations all across America. We're going to get you caught up on news, weather, traffic, sports, and the close on Wall Street.